Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Nursery to Varsity. You are watching the business writing skills, and in the previous video you learned about the basics of memo writing. In this video you will learn about the examples of memo writing. For example, somewhere a situation comes. You know the format of how to write a memo, but what about the content? So this video will explain you about an example from which you can learn how to write a memo. Before learning the example, let's recall what we learned from the previous video. We learned what is a memo. A memo is used to make company announcements such as employee appointments, promotions, and changes in company policies. As I told you in the previous video, it's an official, formal document type thing that you send to your employees to tell them about any information or a rule change or to make any announcement. Now let's see what we learned about the format. The format was, as you can see on the screen, you have to write in capitals at the starting, memorandum, then to, from, date, subject, to is the recipient of the memo, from the one who is writing the memo, the date, subject, that is the title of memo in initial capitals. All the initial letters in the subject should be in capital letters. Then you have to write the content. So the content is divided into paragraphs. What are those paragraphs? Let's see. Paragraph 1. It's the purpose of the memo. In paragraph 2, you have to include the summary and the background or discussion behind this thing. That why are you writing this thing? What was the purpose that it has led to you to write a memo? The paragraph 3 is conclusion. At last you have to give the conclusion, and if you have attached anything with this memo, you have to write attachments and then the things which you have attached. And at last you have to write thank you and the designation. Now if you are a manager, then you have to write the manager, or if you are the production manager, you have to write the production manager. You have to write your designation and not your name. Let's see the first example. The example is, it's a sample memo to implement new lunch break timings. So what should be the format we have seen in the previous slide? Let's see what should be the content. In this also you have to write memorandum to all staff from Arun Kumar, production manager. Subject, as I told you, you have to write the initial letters in capital. Changes in lunch break timings to reduce non-productive time. As I told you, memos are used to make official announcements or appointments or any formal things, formal or official announcement to your employees. So in this memo, you are announcing that your company is going to change the lunch break timings to reduce non-productive time. And then you have to write the content. So what should be the content? The content should be in paragraphs. You have to start with dear co-workers. In the first paragraph, as I told you, you'll be telling about the purpose. So what was the purpose of writing this memo? The purpose was to change the lunch break timings. So based on the production reports and in-out time reports from the past few months, we have observed that the lunch break timings are not being followed strictly. It has affected the overall productivity and discipline of the department. Now, first paragraph is over. You can more elaborate it if you want, but it should be short so that the people who are reading this will understand it clearly and more precisely. In the next paragraph, you have to tell about the background or discussion about the memo. So, why you wrote this? You wrote it because it has become necessary to revise the timings and implement the new rules. The break will be of 30 minutes from now onwards. You have reduced the lunch break timings. And at last, you have to give the conclusion that I look forward for the cooperation by the whole staff, as it will ultimately lead to the growth of our company. In this way, in different paragraphs, you are going to write the memo. And at last, if you have attached anything, you will write that, and you'll write thank you, the production manager, not your name, because I've written the name in the starting in the from column. I hope you understood this example of memo writing. If you have any doubts, you can comment in the comment box or mail us at our mail ID, that is nerdtover@gmail.com. We have our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. You can follow us there and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe our videos. Thank you for watching and stay tuned with Nursery to Varsity.